how do we become powerful? Or what do we even mean when we say, I want to be powerful? And does the idea of being powerful sound exciting to you, or does it sound a little bit intimidating? That is what I want to talk about in this video. Stay tuned. To become powerful, we need to be able to own our lives, own our own lives. And I made a video on, I think my last video was on choices and how it's so important to be able to have choices, to know we have choices, and then to be able to make those choices. But a lot of times, depending on how our life has gone up till now, a lot of times we feel very disempowered, and we may not think of it that way, but if we feel like we're stuck in our life, like we don't have any choices, if we feel like we have to stay in the same job for the rest of our lives, so we have to live in the same neighborhood, we have to associate with the same people, we have to be the same weight our whole life, we have to, you're just stuck in any way, we don't feel like we have any power to change the things in our life that we wish were different, then becoming powerful is really an act of realizing that you can change all those things and really realizing it. And the analogy I would like to give to kind of show what I'm talking is about is the training of an elephant. Now, this is an old parable. I don't know if they still train elephants this way, but there is a parable about an elephant being trained as a baby and how they take this baby elephant when it's really weak and young, and they chain its foot to a stake in the ground. And so every time the elephant tries to get away, he pulls and he realizes his leg is stuck and chained and he can't go anywhere. And they keep this elephant chained as they train him until it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And when it's an adult, it is so trained by then and so used to that chain and that stake being in the ground that it doesn't even consider trying to pull on it anymore. But yet it's big enough now that if it just gave it a good yank, it actually could pull that stake right out and walk away. That's how we get trained a lot of times in our psyche. Is we've been, as from the time we were very young, taught to be a certain way and to live a certain way and to act a certain way. And anytime we tried to move away from that, there was a chain, there was a stake there that said, no, you can't do that. You can't do anything different. This is where you got to be. And we get trained mentally like that. And then we become an adult and that ball and chain is still there. And it's something that we wished we didn't have, but we've just learned to live with it. And we don't even consider that, well, we're powerful enough now that if we wanted to, we could pull that stake up and start again, do something different, completely different. Now, that's a very simplistic analogy. Going into and undoing your mindset might take a little bit more time and a little bit more practice. And sometimes it's very helpful to have somebody there that can support you, that has gone through the process, such as a good life coach or therapist. But you can do it. You can unchain. We hear all kinds of inspiring stories all the time about people that overcome ridiculous amounts of trauma and things that they've gone through. And we just sit in awe. But then when it comes to ourselves, we still think, but, however, and do I really, and is it worth it, and all those type of things. And those are all mindsets and fears and things that we can overcome and be more powerful. Now, when you think about being powerful, and like I said, some people might be a little intimidated about it because there is a conditioning in our society and media, social media, movies and such, that power means that you have power over people and that you're trying to manipulate other people so that you can have your way in life. And this is not what I'm talking about when I'm talking about stepping into your power and becoming the queen. I'm talking about stepping into your own queendom as the queen and being powerful over your personal yes and no in your life. literally making the decisions from a place of true desire and from a place of this is how I want my queendom to turn to be, and how I want my life. And these are the boundaries I want. These are the borders I want. This is how I want it to feel. This is how I want to move through it. And these are who I want to be in it. And these are who I want to expel from it. And so many different decisions that can be made as a queen in your queendom. When we step into that power, we now have a realm that we realize, which is our life. And we have resources, and we can start creating and start thinking about other ways of living our lives, and that the sky is the limit, really, completely the limit. But it's important that we first tap into ourselves, know ourselves, and be able to understand what our true desires are. Another thing about being powerful that sometimes people feel a little intimidated by is we think that if we actually start to go after our dreams and start to make goals and start to say, I'm going to change this and this and this, that now we are being watched and judged. And so one of the most important things is in stepping into your power is untangling yourself again from other people's energies, other people's opinions, and really starting to make that not matter. The other thing that I find comes up with a lot of clients of mine is they are afraid of stepping into their power because they think that they are going to lose people that are important to them or that mean a lot to them. And really, it's just the opposite. Usually we don't lose those that are closest to us. We just improve those relationships and they become more healthy and balanced. And the good thing about stepping into your power is that you become the creator of your life. So you're no longer just in a place where life is always happening to you. This happened to me and that happened to me and this and this and this. It's not that never is the case, but you are with intention going forward and creating your path. You're creating your queendom, you're creating your destination, you're creating your life, you're creating your ecosystem, your essence inside the world that you want to live in. And you are taking the authority over that life, which you have by right. When somebody overpowers you, that is not their right. They don't have a right to you. They've committed a crime against you. And it doesn't matter who it is. We don't own other people. Even if people have slaves or do things to overpower other people, they are then a criminal when they have taken another human life and are by force using them for their own means. That is wrong on every level. But the good news is that no matter where you feel overpowered in life at the current moment, as you start to step into your power little by little by little, you begin to come to a place where even those bigger things seem less and less intimidating. But you got to start somewhere. You got to start taking your power back little by little in increments. You start with your self-love. That is the foundation. I've said this many times. I believe that the foundation to all happiness and contentment in life is a really healthy self-love and self-advocacy and just being behind yourself 100%. You've got to start there, and you've got to rewire your brain. You've got to revamp your belief systems about who you are and why you're here and what this is all about. There's so many things that you've got to let go of so that you can create something new in your life. But the things that you have to let go of are just the things that are maladaptive and the things that are keeping you unhappy and frustrated and stuck in life. And as you let go of those, and as you start stepping into your powerful yes and no, and stepping in as a queen and taking back your realm, you become more and more powerful. And then you start to attempt bigger things because your confidence grows and you realize, whoa, it's not just about my power, but I have a whole host of angels and guides and support around me that I was completely unaware of. So no matter who you are or where your current level of power is, you have some power right now. You may be in a wheelchair, but have the power to move that wheelchair around. There is a certain amount of power in that. You have the power to move it around. You may be sick and in bed, but still have the power to make choices about your health. There's a power right there that you can really start stepping into in a powerful way, in a big way. And the more you start making the littler choices of where you do have, recognizing where your powers are now currently, and start making choices that empower you more, then you start to build momentum with that. And then more doors start to open. And it's just like working out with weights. The more you start to lift those weights, the more often you do that, then the more you're going to be able to lift as you continue to practice. It's the same concept. The more you practice your personal power, the more powerful you will become. And again, this isn't about being powerful to be over somebody or more powerful you. This is about having power over your own life and over your own realm, and to be able to have the power to create the kind of life that you love living, that you're excited about living. So I'd appreciate it if you take a moment now and give me a thumbs up and comment down below in areas in your life where you do currently feel powerful and feel like you have choices and just feel powerful over. And you can start right there, and just by putting it in the comments brings it to your awareness and helps you to start to build on that power right there. Have a good day.